Hey there, loves. Welcome and welcome back to another video. We are outside, y'all. We finally got outside. Now, as y'all can see, the weather seems to be good, but it's also very cloudy and rainy. But we were able to get outside to do a little bit of shopping, and we went to a few nurseries just to look at some plants that we want to bring to our yard. I also really want a lemon tree, but in Germany, lemons don't really grow outside. So when the winter comes, I would have to bring that thing indoors. And if y'all know, lemon trees get really big. So I'm not really sure about that one, but I enjoy going to the nursery and just looking around. We also went to a few furniture stores for outdoor furniture because we're thinking about buying a new set for the outdoor, because the vibes that we want to give, the furniture that we have is just not giving it. But of course, we ball on a budget on this channel, so we're definitely not planning on spending a lot on any furniture, if we even get any at all. I really loved the simplicity of this woven chair, but this one chair was 115 euros, which I just thought was a lot for a single chair. So to buy 3 to 4 of those, I can buy a whole set. But I really liked the way that looks. I also liked this other one with that kind of roping in it. If you guys didn't notice, I'm really drawn to that roping look. I really like how that looked. But this one was over 200 euros. So a definite no-no for only a chair. Now, these sets that we saw on the inside, the entire set was 500 euros, which I thought was pretty good and reasonably priced versus 200 for a single chair with no table or anything. But we're still looking around, and if we do find anything that we fall in love with as well as can afford, I will definitely share it with you guys. I really fell in love with this bookcase. The light brown one at the end really caught my attention. Will we buy it? I don't know. They did schedule rain in the forecast, but when I saw sun, I had to get outside for as long as I possibly could. We won't be doing the lawn because the ground is really wet, and you guys know trying to mow wet lawn is just difficult and stressful, so we're not even going to go there. But we did purchase some new lighting for the ground, the little solar lights. I bought a netting for our door, the door that we just built for the fence. And y'all, when I say drama, I'm just not gonna get into it. I also bought a planter as well as a rose, and this is a double princess rose, or a beet rose in German. I'm not too sure what that is in English, but I decided to go ahead and invest in plants that grow really well inside our climate, or in Germany. And roses grow really well in Europe, so I decided to invest in a rose. Because it is scheduled to rain, I decided to work in sections. So I'm just moving all of the furniture from one side of the patio to the other side. So I'm just going to work on our living space, and this is where we have our chairs and whatnot, and the other end is usually our dining area. So we're gonna have to work in sections, honey, because I really do not want to put the furniture in the grass for when the rain comes down. I'm trying to run and gather everything to put it back on the patio. It just makes sense this way to me. So about the drama over this fence. The joke is that the privacy weaving for the fence is not included for the door. Interesting. If you add a privacy fence to your property, why do you want the door to be opened, like having a window in a wall? I really don't understand that. But apparently they told us they were short on supplies, and they did bring back the rest of the weaving, but it did not include the weaving for the door. They finished the fencing, but the door was not included. So in the meantime, before I spent a couple $100 to fix what they were supposed to include, because it makes no sense to me, I'm about to ghettoify this fence. Yes, I am. I'm going to add this net to it, and who doesn't like it, that's their problem, because we're not going to add that weaving to this fence. It's too expensive just to add that to the door. If they don't come back and fix it, then it's going to stay like this until we move. Yeah, I said it. It's going to stay like this until we move. So I'm about to ghettoify this fence just to add some privacy. I'm using some zip ties, and I'm just doubling them up for the length, and I'm just putting it onto the fence. To me, it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad, but it really, to me, downgrades the look of the fencing. But child, we did what we had to do. Now to deal with these pesky weeds that refuse to go away no matter what we do to these pavers. I know you guys said fill it with sand. That does not help. I use the DIY weed killer because apparently you cannot buy weed killer for your patio here in Germany. At least that's what we were told. You would have to get it professionally done, or you would have to just use any natural DIY products. So I'm going to pull up as much of this weed as I possibly can before adding my DIY solution over it. And it does slow it down, but during the winter it has a lot of time to grow and flourish because you're not going outside as much, and you're definitely not weeding the patio in the snow. Like, who's gonna do that? Not me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and weave this patio and let you guys watch me work hard. I managed to get the entire patio weeded, but it started to rain, so I did stop just to watch the weather. And as soon as that sun came back out, baby, I was back out there. I really want to replace this rug. I'm not really feeling the gray on gray, meaning the rug matching the pavers of the patio anymore. I don't know. It was just nude and neutral, and I didn't get to see it. It wasn't, you know, it didn't draw so much attention to it. But now I feel like I want something that actually has a little bit of oomph to it, a little bit of color to it. So I'm thinking about changing out this rug, but in the meantime we're going to clean it so it looks presentable in the space. So this is the baking soda that I talk about all the time. I think I've showed you guys this before, but for those that I've never showed it to, because we have some newbies, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to add my dish liquid as well as some bleach to my hot water, well, it's warm water, and then I'm going to scrub that into the rug, and then on top I'm going to add my baking soda, and it is a cleaning baking soda only. It's not made for cooking, only cleaning. It's also safe to use in your machine for your laundry, and I do use it in my whites when they're looking a little dull and I really want that extra brightening. I do use this also when washing my whites. It's a really good baking soda cleaner. If you guys are interested, I'm going to have it linked in my description box, and it's very inexpensive. After giving the rug a good soak with that dish liquid and bleach water mix, I'm going to add the baking soda on top just to help brighten up the rug, because this rug is old, y'all. We've had this rug for a couple years, so that's probably why I'm ready to change it out as well and add something new to the space, because we've had it for a very long time. I went to use my outdoor faucet to hook up my hose, and surprise, it does not work. So we had to call someone in, and it's scheduled to be checked or fixed. We have no idea what happened, but in the meanwhile, in between time, I'm going to be using the old-fashioned bucket water technique, child. Like I say, we gotta do what we gotta do, honey. Nothing stops no show, especially because I don't know when I'm going to get another partially cloudy, sunny day. I'm going to make the best of this, and whenever the rain starts, I'm going inside, and when it stops, I'm coming back outside. I really wanted to get in this corner to organize everything, but because it is so rainy, the rain keeps starting and stopping, I decided to not put myself through that headache, and I'm just going to organize it and clean it when the weather is better. But in the meantime, the areas that I can see, I'm definitely going to make those look good. To wash down the door frame as well as the glass, I'm using some water with vinegar and dish liquid, and this gets rid of all that hard, tough, greasy kind of dirt, and it also is really good for shining the glass. So I'm going to just wash everything down nicely, and then I'm going to go in with my handy dandy newspaper. Yes, y'all know my love relationship with some newspaper and glass or mirror. It shines it up real good, okay? So I'm going to use my newspaper to just shine the glass, and y'all can see from the reflection in the glass, rain is coming once again. Y'all, this day was a lot of inside, wait till the rain stop and the sun come back out, then back outside while the sun was out. It was a very interesting day, okay? I use mostly faux plants on my patio because number one, palm trees will not survive in Germany. Did that and failed. If you guys remember my very first patio makeover on this channel, I used real palm trees and they lived for maybe, I want to say 4 months. As soon as the weather started to change, they died. I could not bring them back. They just died. And before I killed another set of plants, I just went ahead and bought faux plants, and I got these plants from Yosk as well, but they're really low in the planter, so I'm trying to figure out how I can lift them up higher in the planter for them to look taller, because they're really actually kind of tall. They are small, but they're kind of tall, and they're all the way down to the middle. I did have a lot of styrofoam, and I didn't even remember that I wanted to try to lift this potting inside the planter. I threw everything away. So if you guys have any ideas on how I can elevate the plant in the planter just for it to look a lot taller, leave those recommendations down in the comments for me, please. I would really appreciate it. I know I saw some with box parts as well as I think plastic bags, but if you guys have any other recommendations, please do let me know. I would appreciate it so much. Thank you. Now it's time to pot up our newest member of our plant family, Miss Beet Rose. Yes. I also did purchase some rose fertilizer. It is specialized for roses, but you can also use it in other plant pots or plants that you have. So even though it says rose, you can use it in your hydrangeas or any other perennial flowers that you have. It said it on the bag, so I'm just letting you guys know. To give this rose the best fighting chance it possibly could have, I periodically went in with that fertilizer and just mixed it into the soil so that the roots stay happy, because I am going to keep this potted. I'm not going to put it in the ground. So I'm hoping that it survives and it grows and it flourishes. And yeah, I just really want this to work. I really want this rose bush to be successful and beautiful, and then when it blooms, I can just go out and cut roses and have fresh roses for inside my house. And who does not love having fresh flowers inside their home? I love it. I hope y'all noticed my face when that rose bush fell inside that pot. It was just one little twig with a couple little strands of roots, and I was just so shocked. I was really expecting something with a lot of root growth, and I don't know, I just expected something different. But I'm so glad that I added all of that fertilizer inside the soil itself, because if that's it, this is definitely going to need as much help as possible to continue growing and flourishing in a pot or planter. After fertilizing the rose and everything, I decided to go in and add some fertilizer to my hydrangea, because she has been acting up. Like, she does not want to be outside. I don't know what's up with Heidi, but she needs to get it together, because I'm not going to keep her inside. She needs to bloom and flourish outside. I don't know what that's about, but I did go ahead and add some fertilizer to the hydrangea, and hopefully she catches herself, because she's only happy when she's indoors, y'all. I don't know. My plant is bougier than me. I hope you guys come back for part 2, because your girl had to stop. The rain came down and it stayed down. But I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek. Our alyssums are finally flowering. I cannot wait to see how these grow and take off. But until then, please give your girl a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're not as yet. And I will see y'all in the next video. So until then, Auf Wiedersehen. Y'all stay safe out there.